All right, so we will continue with 37. Um, the table shows the distribution by age and gender of 29.3 million people in a certain region alone. Use the data in the table to find the probability that the randomly selected person in the region is male living alone. All right, so we are just looking for the number of males that live alone. All of these people in this table live alone. So I just want the total of males, which is this number right there. That is the success. Okay? So the probability of male living alone is equal to the total successes over the total in the study, which is 29.3. If you type that in, you get 0.4709876 and it keeps going, but it only wants us to round to the nearest 2 decimal places. So this is where we want to stop. We look at the third digit, this 0, since that's less than 5, then we don't round up. We leave it there. So 0.47. All right. We got another table. Let's see here. It shows the number expressed in millions of citizens who moved in 2004 by where they moved and if they're owner or rentor. Find the probability expressed as a decimal rounded to the nearest hundredth, which is 2 decimal places, that a randomly selected person who moved in 2004 was a renter. All right. So they were a renter and they moved within the same region. All right. Within the same region, all right, that's this column here. And they were a renter. So I basically find where these things intersect, which is that, 18.7. So the probability is going to be equal to 18.7 divided by my total. Now, they didn't give me my total like they did in the previous one. So my total, I'm going to write it right down here. Total is equal to all of those decimals added, 11.8, 2.9, 0.4, 18.7, 4.6, 1.1. So I'm going to add all of those things up to see what my total is. 11.8 plus 2.9 plus 0.4 plus 18.7 plus 4.6 plus 1.1. So my total is 39.5. That's what's going to go right here. So let's do this calculation. I'm going to get a nasty decimal, but my final answer needs to be rounded, so that's okay. So I get 0.47341.7, and it just keeps going. But again, it needs us to round. So I'm going to stop there. I look at the 3, is the 3 bigger or less than 5? It's smaller. So my final answer is, wow, it's the same thing, 0.47. Okay, more tables. This table shows the educational attainment, basically the highest score, highest level of education these people get, 25 and over. Use the data in the table expressed in millions to find the probability that a randomly selected citizen, 25 or over, all of them are 25 or over, was a man. All right, so we got to look at men versus females with 4 years of high school only. All right, so 4 years of high school only column is here. My male column is here. And so I want where those intersect, which is here. And let's see how they want the answer. They want the answer as an integer or simplified fraction. Okay, so the probability, and I'm just kind of shorthanding it to probability, P. Probability is going to be that 21 over the total, and the total is down here. Luckily, they gave it to us. If they didn't, I would have to add up. But here, 21 over 155. Let's try to simplify it. I'll show you how I do that. 25 divided by 155. I get a decimal. If I can fix it, here's how I fix it. Second PRB, 21 over 155. So that was actually in lowest terms, but since I'm doing this on a test, I kind of want to be sure before I just type that in. I have found for the most part that that trick by doing second PRB fixes fractions. The only one I have found in all the homework for chapter 11 was that Lotto Min question. Okay, we will eventually get to it in this practice test, but that is really the only one I found where I have to kind of step back and do it myself. Number 40, when I toss a coin, the probability of getting heads or tails is 1, but probability of getting heads and tails is 0. Well, that's because the and versus the or. Okay. Your solution or your possibilities when flipping a coin that's heads or tails, no possible way could you get heads and tails at the same time. So that's okay. All right, let's see where that brings us. All right, so this is that. This is the question involving the target. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video there because I'm gonna sketch this out to where it's a little better, and then I'll kind of give you in this solution for these videos. I'll give you kind of the quickest way to do this. The more elegant solution is going to be in the videos for 11 point, wherever this came from, whatever section, which is 11 point something. I forget exactly, but one of the homeworks you can see this.